The day Earth changed forever started like any other for Commander Olivia Wright. She woke up in her small apartment in the underground city of New Armstrong, buried beneath the red dust of Mars. Her alarm beeped at 500 hours. She got up, made her bed with military precision, and stared at the photo of her parents on her nightstand. They had died during the first alien contact 20 years ago. Not from any attack, but from the riots that followed when humanity learned they were not alone and not respected. Olivia showered, dressed in her navy blue uniform, and walked through the curved hallways of the Mars base. People nodded at her. With a mix of respect and nervousness, today was the day. After 20 years of secret work, Earth would reveal its answer to the galaxy that had dismissed humanity as weak. The Galactic Consortium had arrived in Earth's solar system 23 years ago. At first, there was excitement. Aliens were real. Humanity would join a community of stars. But the truth was harsh. To the three powerful alien empires, the Exoni Collective, the Vesperian Dominion, and the Thularian Empire, humans were primitive curiosities at best. The aliens took what they wanted from Earth's solar system. They limited where humans could travel. They set unfair trade rules. They treated Earth like a backwater planet of no importance. Olivia entered the main elevator that would take her down to level 12, a level that officially did not exist. Her security badge was scanned, her eye was checked, and her hand was placed on a reader. The doors opened to a massive underground dock larger than 10 football fields. And there it was, the UES Reckoning. The ship was beautiful in a dangerous way. Unlike the boxy practical ships humans had built before, this one was sleek and black. Its hull seemed to swallow light rather than reflect it. It was nearly a mile long from nose to engines, shaped like a predator from the deep seas of Earth. No alien had seen it yet. No alien knew what Earth had been building in secret. Impressive view, isn't it, Commander? Olivia turned to see Alan Pearson, the ship's chief engineer. He was a short man with wild gray hair and tired eyes that had seen too many sleepless nights. He never looked like the genius he was. 20 years of work, Olivia said. Will she fly as good as she looks? Alan smiled. Better. The void folding drive works perfectly in tests. We can cross the solar system in hours instead of weeks. And the quantum weaponry. He lowered his voice. Let's just say the aliens won't be laughing anymore. They walked together toward the ship. All around them, workers and crew members rushed to complete final preparations. 500 of Earth's best would crew the Reckoning. They were the lucky ones. Millions had applied when the secret project began recruiting. Captain on deck, someone shouted as they entered the ship. Everyone stood straight. At ease, Olivia said. She wasn't used to being called captain yet. Her promotion had come through last week. Continue preparations. Launches in 4 hours. The kais. Inside of the Reckoning was as impressive as the outside. Clean white corridors with blue lighting. Technology far beyond what Earth had before. Much of it was reverse engineered from alien tech, improved by human creativity and desperation. Olivia took the lift to the bridge. The command center was shaped like a half circle, with stations for navigation, weapons, communications, science, and security. Large windows looked out at the dock, soon to show the stars. Captain Wright, said Cynthia Alvarez, the science officer. She was checking the quantum weapon systems on her screen. Final diagnostics are green across all systems. Thank you, Lieutenant Alvarez, Olivia said. How are the new shields looking? Better than we hoped. They should absorb 300% more energy than anything the consortium has seen from us before. Olivia nodded and moved to the next station where Gregory Chen worked. He was focused on his communication screens, his face serious. Problem, Lieutenant Chen? Maybe, Captain. I've been monitoring alien chatter. The Thularians are moving ships near Saturn. A lot of ships. Olivia frowned. Show me. Chen pulled up a map of the solar system. Red dots showed alien ships clustering near Saturn's rings. That was where Earth had built a small research outpost. It was within the area Earth was allowed to use, but just barely. How many ships? 7, Captain, all warships. Olivia felt her stomach tighten. 7 warships was a huge force to send against a small research station. Her communicator beeped. Captain Wright, please report to the command center. Emergency meeting. 30 minutes later, Olivia stood in a room with Earth's top military and political leaders. The screens showed the research outpost near Saturn. It was gone. Destroyed. 53 people had been on board. There were no survivors. President Harris, an older woman with steel gray hair, spoke in a tight voice. The Thularians claim our outpost violated their territory. It did not. This was an unprovoked attack. General Martinez nodded. They're testing us. They've been taking more and more liberties this past year. They want to see how much we'll tolerate. We've tolerated enough, President Harris said. She looked at Olivia. Captain Wright, the reckoning was meant to be revealed next month in a show of strength. Plans have changed. Your ship will launch today. You will intercept the Thularian battle group and show them exactly what humanity is now capable of. Olivia felt the weight of history on her shoulders. What are my exact orders, Madam President? Protect Earth interests, prevent further aggression, and make it crystal clear that the days of pushing humanity around are over. The President's eyes were hard. They killed our people, Captain. Make them regret it. 2 hours later, Olivia stood on the bridge of the UES Reckoning as the massive dock doors opened above them. The ship hummed with power. Her crew was at their stations, faces determined. Navigation, set course for the Saturn sector, Olivia ordered. Security, set condition 1 throughout the ship. Weapons, prepare all systems, but do not target until my command. Course laid in, Captain, said Patricia Rodriguez from the navigation station. Engines at full power, reported Alan from engineering. Olivia took a deep breath. This was the moment Earth had been waiting for. The moment when humanity would finally stand up. Launch, she said. The Reckoning rose smoothly from its cradle. It accelerated upward through the massive shaft in the Martian surface. In seconds, they were free of Mars, the red planet falling away below them. Void-fold drive ready on your command, Rodriguez said. Olivia looked around at her crew. The best of humanity, ready to change their place in the galaxy. Engage fold drive, she ordered. Let's show the galaxy what Earth can do. The stars stretched and warped around them. The UES Reckoning vanished from Mars orbit, beginning a journey that would forever change humanity's destiny. The journey to Saturn should have taken weeks. The UES Reckoning made it in hours. The void fold drive worked better than anyone had hoped. As the ship appeared near Saturn's rings, the bridge crew watched the gas giant's beauty for a moment, before turning to their duties. Scan for the Thularian ships, Captain Olivia Wright ordered. Lieutenant Cynthia Alvarez worked her science station quickly. 7 Thularian warships detected, Captain. They're near the debris field that was our research station. Olivia's jaw tightened. The remains of the station floated in space, twisted metal and frozen bodies. 53 people who would never go home. They've spotted us, said Security Chief Daniel Grant. His hands hovered over the weapons controls. His face showed no emotion, but Olivia knew he was thinking of his family. They had died when aliens attacked a civilian transport ship 3 years ago. Open a channel, Olivia said. Communications specialist Gregory Chen worked his console. Channel. Open, Captain. Olivia stood tall. This is Captain Olivia Wright of the United Earthship Reckoning. You have destroyed an Earth research outpost and killed Earth citizens. Explain yourselves. The main screen showed a Thularian commander. Thularians looked like tall, thin humans with blue-gray skin and large black eyes. This one wore armor with many decoration marks, a high-ranking officer. Unknown Earth vessel, the Thularian said in a cold voice. Your outpost violated Thularian space. We claimed the outer rings of Saturn last month. Your primitive species should check official consortium updates more carefully. Olivia knew this was a lie. The consortium had made no such announcement. The Thularians were simply taking what they wanted, as they had done many times before. Saturn is in Earth's home system, Olivia replied. Your claim is invalid. Your attack was unprovoked. You will power down your weapons and prepare for boarding. The Thularian laughed. It was not a pleasant sound. A single Earth ship demands this of 7 Thularian warships? Your species' stupidity never fails to amuse. We will add your vessel to the debris field as a lesson in respect. The screen went dark. They're charging weapons, Daniel reported. Shields at maximum, Olivia ordered. Hold position. The Thularian ships moved into attack formation. They fired energy beams at the Reckoning. In the past, such an attack would have destroyed any Earth ship instantly. The Reckoning's shields glowed slightly but held firm. Shields holding at 97%, reported Engineer Alan Pearson from his station. He couldn't hide his smile. The absorption technology works perfectly. The Thularians fired again. And again. The Reckoning simply sat there, taking the hits with minimal shield drain. They're sending confused communications to each other, Gregory said, listening to his earpiece. They don't understand why we're not damaged. Let's help them understand, Olivia said. Mr. Grant, target the lead vessel's engines only. Use 10% power on the main cannon. Daniel targeted carefully. Target locked, Captain. Olivia took a deep breath. This would be the first real test of Earth's new weapons. Fire. A beam of intense white light shot from the Reckoning. It hit the lead Thularian ship precisely at its engine section. There was a bright flash. When it cleared, the entire back half of the alien ship was gone. The front half drifted helplessly, internal fires visible through broken sections. Silence fell on the bridge. Even Olivia was shocked by the weapon's power. That was only 10%? Navigation Officer Patricia Rodriguez whispered. The quantum disruption field works even better in practice than in testing, Cynthia said, checking her readouts. Their atomic bonds simply came apart. The remaining Thularian ships suddenly scattered, trying to get away from the Reckoning. Open. A channel to all Thularian vessels, Olivia ordered. When the channel was open, she spoke clearly. This is Captain Wright. As you can see, Earth is no longer defenseless. Power down your weapons and engines. Any ship that complies will be spared. Any ship that attempts to flee or fight will be destroyed. 2 ships immediately powered down. 3 others tried to escape, engaging their faster-than-light drives. Target the escaping ships, Olivia ordered. Disable their engines only. The Reckoning fired 3 quick shots, each hit with perfect accuracy. The Thularian ships spun out of control, their engines destroyed. They drifted helplessly in space. The last Thularian ship fired all its weapons at the Reckoning in desperation. The Earth ship's shields flickered but held. Final warning to the attacking vessel, Olivia said, over the channel. Power down or be destroyed. The Thularian ship continued firing. Olivia nodded to Daniel. End it. 1 shot was all it took. The Thularian ship exploded into a ball of light and debris. Scan the disabled ships, Olivia ordered. Life support. Status? All disabled ships have functioning life support, Cynthia reported. Approximately 2,000 Thularian crew members in total. Open a channel to their ranking officer. The main screen showed a different Thularian. This one looked shaken. I am Sub-Commander Krex of the Thularian Empire, the alien said. We request mercy. Prepare to be boarded, Olivia replied. Your crew will be placed in our holding cells until arrangements can be made with your government. Your ships will be studied by Earth engineers. This is against consortium law, Krex protested weakly. You lost the right to quote consortium law when you attacked our outpost, Olivia said. But your crews will be treated humanely. Earth, unlike the Thularian Empire, respects life. Hours later, the Thularian crews were secured on the Reckoning. Olivia visited the cell holding Commander Krex. Guards stood at attention as she entered. Krex looked up from his bench. What manner of demons has Earth unleashed, he asked. No species at your development stage should have such weapons. We're not demons, Olivia replied. We're humans who got tired of being pushed around. You've all underestimated Earth's creativity and determination. The consortium will retaliate, Krex warned. Let them try, Olivia said. The Reckoning isn't our only ship. It's just the first. This was a lie, but Krex didn't need to know that. Soon, it would be true. More ships were being built in secret facilities throughout the solar system. As Olivia walked back to the bridge, she received a message from Earth. President Harris's face appeared on her personal screen. Captain Wright, news of your victory is spreading throughout the solar system. The reckoning performed beyond our expectations. Return to Earth orbit immediately. What about the prisoners, Madam President? Bring them. Let the consortium come to us to negotiate their return. The President's face showed grim satisfaction. The galaxy needs to see the reckoning in Earth orbit. They need to understand that everything has changed. Yes, Madam President. Olivia ended the call and stepped onto the bridge. Set course for Earth, she ordered. It's time to show everyone what we can do. The reckoning's engines powered up. The massive ship turned gracefully and accelerated away from Saturn. Behind it floated the disabled Thularian ships, a clear message to anyone watching. Humanity would be pushed around no more. The UES reckoning appeared in Earth orbit with a flash of light. People on the planet below pointed at the night sky as the massive black ship became visible. News spread quickly. Earth's secret weapon had arrived, and it had already won its first battle. On the Reckoning's bridge, Captain Olivia Wright watched her home planet through the large viewing window. She had been born in Colorado under those blue skies. She had joined Earth Space Forces to protect that world. Now she had, Captain, we're receiving thousands of messages, said communications specialist Gregory Chen. He looked overwhelmed. News agencies, governments, civilian bands. Everyone wants to know about the ship. Ignore them all, except Official United. Earth government channels, Olivia ordered. The President will handle the public announcements. Yes, Captain. Gregory worked to filter the flood of incoming signals. The main screen lit up with President Harris's face. Welcome home, Captain Wright. The reckoning is the talk of the solar system, and beyond. Beyond, Madam President? Our monitoring stations are picking up massive communication spikes throughout the consortium networks. The alien embassies on Earth are in chaos. The Thularians are demanding the return of their crews. The Axoni and Vesperians are requesting emergency meetings. President Harris smiled. For the first time, they're the ones worried about us. Security Chief Daniel Grant spoke up. We should prepare for possible retaliation. The consortium has thousands of warships. Agreed, said the President. But they won't act immediately. They'll want to assess our new capabilities first. That gives us time to bring our other projects online. Olivia knew what that meant. The Reckoning was just the first ship. 3 more were nearing completion in the secret facilities on Mars, Europa, and in the asteroid belt. What are your orders, Madam President? Olivia asked. Maintain orbit. We want the Reckoning visible to everyone. In 3 days, we'll host a delegation from the consortium on board your ship. They want to discuss the situation. Really, they want to see the Reckoning up close. Is that wise? Letting them on board? We'll control what they see. And sometimes, Captain, the hint of power is more frightening than the full display. Let them wonder what else we might have. After the call ended, Olivia turned to her crew. You heard the President. We'll be hosting aliens in 3 days. I want this ship perfect, and I want security measures at maximum. The next 3 days were busy. The crew cleaned and prepared while maintaining full alert status. News from Earth was exciting. People celebrated in the streets. After decades of feeling small in a big galaxy, humans were standing tall. On the morning of the 3rd day, Olivia put on her dress uniform. She looked at herself in the mirror of her cabin. The uniform was crisp and professional, with the new United Earth insignia, a blue Earth with a protective shield around it. Captain to the bridge, came Gregory's voice over the intercom. The alien delegation is approaching. Olivia headed to the bridge. The main screen showed a small transport ship coming from Earth. It carried representatives from the 3 major powers of the Galactic Consortium, the Axoni Collective, the Vesperian, Dominion, and the Thularian Empire. Docking procedures initiated, reported Navigation Officer Patricia Rodriguez. Security teams in position, added Daniel. Olivia nodded. Mr. Chen, you'll come with me to greet our guests. Mr. Grant, keep the ship at high alert. Gregory and Olivia went to the docking bay. 6 security officers joined them. The inner door opened and the alien delegation stepped onto the reckoning. There were 3 Thularians, led by High Commander Zex. 2 Axoni representatives came next, tall, insect-like beings with complex exoskeletons. The Vesperians were last, 4-armed humanoids with scaled skin and sharp teeth. "Welcome aboard the UES Reckoning," Olivia said formally. "I am Captain Wright." High Commander Zex of the Thularians stepped forward. "We demand the immediate return of our captured crews and vessels." Olivia kept her face neutral. "Those matters will be discussed in the meeting with Ambassador Ford. I'm here to escort you to the conference room." The aliens followed her through the ship. Olivia noticed how their eyes darted everywhere, taking in the advanced technology. The Axoni representatives whispered to each other when they passed the engine room. In the conference room, Ambassador Susan Ford waited. She had represented Earth to the consortium for 15 years. Usually she was ignored or dismissed by the powerful aliens. Today, they all focused on her. "Please be seated," Susan said. She was a small woman with gray hair, but her voice was strong. The aliens sat. Susan remained standing. "Before we begin, I want to clarify Earth's position," Susan said. "The attack on our research outpost was illegal. Our response was measured. We could have destroyed all 7 Thularian ships, but we chose restraint." "Measured?" exclaimed Zex. "Your new weapon destroyed 2 of our ships completely. After they continued to attack despite warnings," Susan replied calmly. "Now let's discuss the new reality. Earth is no longer a minor player in galactic politics." The lead Axoni representative clicked its mandibles. "One ship does not change the balance of power, Ambassador. The consortium has thousands." Susan smiled. "Who said we only have one?" A silence fell over the room. The aliens looked at each other. "The reckoning is impressive," said the Vesperian leader slowly, "but it cannot stand against our combined fleets." Olivia tapped a control on the table. The wall screen showed images of Saturn, where the disabled Thularian ship still floated. "Would you like to test that theory? The reckoning disabled these ships using only a fraction of its capabilities." "What do you want?" asked Zex. His earlier anger was replaced with caution. Susan straightened. "Earth demands new consortium agreements. We want fair trade terms. We want unrestricted travel rights within 5 light-years of our solar system. We want seats on all consortium councils, and we want formal apologies for the attack on our outpost." "Impossible," said the Vesperian. "Then we keep the Thularian prisoners and ship in," Susan replied. "And next time there's an incident, we might not be so restrained." The meeting continued for hours. The aliens argued, threatened, and finally began to negotiate. By the end, they agreed to most of Earth's demands. Susan knew they were playing for time, hoping to learn more about Earth's new technology. But that was fine. Earth was playing for time too. Time to build more ships. After the aliens left, Olivia walked with Susan through the ship. "They'll be back with bigger ships," Olivia said. Susan nodded. "Of course. But now they fear us. That changes everything." "Will it be enough?" "It has to be. The Vindicator will be ready next month. The Defiance a month after that. Then the Sovereign." Susan looked at Olivia. "We just need to hold them off until then." Olivia's communicator beeped. "Captain, we're detecting unusual movement at the edge of the solar system," reported Daniel from the bridge. "Multiple ships entering from hyperspace." Olivia and Susan rushed to the bridge. The main screen showed dozens of small ships approaching Earth. "Are they consortium warships?" Olivia asked. "No, Captain," said Gregory, listening to communications. They're civilian ships. From the Procyon system. They're requesting asylum." "Asylum?" Susan was confused. "Why?" Gregory looked up from his console. "Their message says they heard about Earth standing up to the Thularians. They've been under harsh Thularian rule for decades. They're asking for Earth's protection." Olivia and Susan looked at each other. This was unexpected. The reckoning hadn't just made enemies. It had made Earth a symbol of hope. Tell them they're welcome, Olivia said, and inform President Harris Earth just got bigger. 6 months passed quickly. Earth changed in many ways during that time. The refugees from Procyon were just the first. Soon, people from 7 other star systems came to Earth asking for protection. President Harris welcomed them all. A new term, spread through the galaxy, the Terran Protectorate, meaning all the worlds under Earth's shield. The UES Reckoning was no longer alone. The Vindicator, Defiance, and Sovereign now patrolled Earth's expanded territory. Captain Olivia Wright had been promoted to Admiral. She commanded all 4 ships from the Reckoning, which remained the flagship of Earth's new fleet. Admiral Wright stood on the bridge of the Reckoning, looking at the stars through the large window. Earth was behind her, blue and peaceful. But she knew the peace wouldn't last. "Admiral," called Gregory Chen from his communications station. "Urgent message from the Proxima Centauri outpost." Proxima Centauri was the nearest star to Earth's sun. Humans had built their first colony beyond the solar system there, on a small rocky planet. It was protected by the UES Vindicator. "Put it through," Olivia ordered. The screen showed Captain Ryan Collins of the Vindicator. His face was serious. "Admiral Wright, we have detected 12 Vesperian warships entering the Proxima Centauri system. They are not responding to our hails." Olivia felt her stomach tighten. This was what they had been preparing for. The consortium powers had finally decided to test Earth's resolve. "Battle stations," she ordered her crew. "Navigation, set course for Proxima Centauri. Communications, alert the other ships to join us there." "What about the Vindicator?" asked Gregory. "Tell Captain Collins to protect the colony at all costs. We'll be there as soon as possible." The Reckoning's engines powered up. The void-fold drive engaged, and the massive ship vanished from Earth orbit. When they arrived at Proxima Centauri 4 hours later, the battle was already over. The space around the small colony world was filled with debris, the remains of 9 Vesperian ships. The Vindicator floated proudly, showing only minor damage. 3 Vesperian ships were disabled but intact, just as the Thularian ships had been. At Saturn. "Report," Olivia demanded as soon as communication was established with the Vindicator. Captain Collins appeared on screen. He had a small cut on his forehead but was smiling. "The Vesperians thought one Earth ship would be easy to overwhelm. They were wrong. Our weapons worked perfectly. We destroyed 6 ships and disabled 3 before they retreated." "Casualties?" 7 crew members injured, none seriously. The colony is untouched." Olivia felt pride and relief. The Vindicator had proven that the Reckoning was not a one-time miracle. Earth's technology worked consistently, but she also felt concern. This attack meant the consortium was no longer just talking. They were willing to risk open war. 2 days later, representatives from 18 smaller species arrived at Earth. None of them were powerful in the consortium. All had suffered under the control of the major powers. Their leader was a Procyon named Nyx, a small humanoid with pale blue skin. "We have watched Earth stand against the great powers," Nyx said in a meeting with President Harris and Admiral Wright. "For centuries, the Axoni, Vesperians, and Thularians have taken what they wanted from smaller worlds. Now you show they are not invincible." "What do you want from us?" President Harris asked. "An alliance," Nyx replied. "Our worlds will join your protectorate. We will share our resources and knowledge. Together we can stand against the consortium." "And in return?" Olivia asked. "Your protection, your ships, your courage." Nyx looked at them with large, hopeful eyes. "We want freedom." The alliance was formed. Earth now had friends among the stars, but they also had powerful enemies. The Axoni Collective, the most advanced of the major powers, sent a message to Earth proposing a meeting. "It's a trap," said Security Chief Daniel Grant when the message came. "They want to get close to study our technology." "Perhaps," Olivia agreed, "but we can't ignore them. The Axoni have the most advanced technology in the consortium. If anyone can find weaknesses in our ships, it's them." The meeting was set on a neutral space station. Olivia went with Ambassador Susan Ford and a security team. High strategist Kavax represented the Axani, a tall insect-like being with complex patterns on its exoskeleton indicating high rank. Earth has upset the balance of power, Kavax said without greeting. Its voice was a series of clicks translated by a device on its chest. This cannot continue. The balance was never fair, Susan replied. The major powers took what they wanted. Smaller worlds suffered. That is the way of the galaxy, the strong lead. Then perhaps it's time for new leadership, Olivia suggested, Kavax's compound eyes fixed on her. The Axoni Collective proposes a non-aggression pact with Earth. We will recognize your protectorate's current borders. We will not interfere with your activities. Olivia was suspicious. This was too easy. And what do you want in return? The same. No interference with Axoni interests, no expansion into our territory. The terms seemed reasonable, but as they left the meeting, Olivia couldn't shake her feeling that something was wrong. Her suspicions were confirmed when she returned to the reckoning. Medical Officer Natalie Green approached her urgently. Admiral, I need to show you something, Natalie said. She led Olivia to her lab, where she had been studying alien biology. During the meeting, I scanned the Axoni representatives secretly. Their brain activity patterns were unusual. They were hiding something. Can you tell what? No. But I intercepted some transmissions from their ship. Natalie showed Olivia a data pad. They're encrypted, but I managed to break part of the code. They mentioned Operation Eclipse and a gathering of 200 ships. Olivia's blood ran cold. They're planning an attack, a major one. She immediately called a meeting with Earth's Defense Council. The evidence was presented. Analysis of consortium communications showed unusual activity. Ships were moving. Resources were being gathered. They're coming for Earth itself, Daniel concluded. The Axani and Thalarians are working together. 200 ships at least. President Harris looked grave. Can we stand against such a fleet? Olivia thought carefully. 4 ships against 200 is bad odds, even with our technology. But we have advantages. We know they're coming. We have allies now, and we have a plan. She outlined her strategy. It was risky, but could work. Earth would not fall without a fight. As the meeting ended, the Reckoning received an urgent signal from one of their sensor buoys near Jupiter. A small fleet of ships had appeared suddenly. Are they consortium? President Harris asked. No, replied Gregory after checking the signals. They're from one of our new ally worlds. The message says they've come to fight for Earth. They heard about the coming attack. More signals came in, more allies arriving. Small ships not very powerful by themselves, but together, with Earth's warships leading them, they might have a chance. Olivia looked at the president. The galaxy is changing. We're not alone anymore. No, agreed Harris. We're something better. We're leaders. The combined Axoni-Thalarian fleet arrived at the edge of Earth's solar system, exactly as Earth's intelligence had predicted. 200 warships, the largest attack force ever assembled in the consortium's history, entered the space near Jupiter's orbit. They expected to face 4 human warships. Instead, they found 12. Admiral Olivia Wright had kept Earth's biggest secret well. While the Reckoning and its 3 sister ships patrolled openly, 8 more advanced warships had been built in hidden facilities throughout the asteroid belt. Automated factories working day and night had produced the ships in record time. All ships report ready, Admiral, said communications specialist Gregory Chen from his station on the Reckoning's bridge. Olivia nodded. She wore her dress uniform today. This would be the battle that decided Earth's future. What about our allies? 37 ships from the Protectorate worlds are in position, Gregory replied. They're small, but their crews are brave. Courage counts for a lot, Olivia said. She turned to the main screen where the enemy fleet was visible, a mass of ships moving in perfect formation. Open a channel to all Earth ships. When the channel was open, Olivia spoke clearly. This is Admiral Wright. Today we face the full might of those who have looked down on humanity for decades. They come to put us back in what they see as our place. Weak, obedient, Unimportant. They believe their numbers will overwhelm us. They are wrong. Our ships, our technology, and our determination are superior. Fight with honor. Protect each other. Remember those we lost at the Saturn outpost. Earth stands with you. The enemy. Fleet moved closer. The Axoni flagship transmitted a message. This is High Strategist Kavax of the Axoni Collective. Surrender now and your people will be spared. Resist and Earth will burn. Olivia didn't bother to respond. Instead, she gave the order. All ships, engage according to plan. Remember your targets. Good hunting. Earth's fleet moved forward. The space around Jupiter became a battlefield. Energy beams cut through the vacuum. Explosions lit up the darkness as ships from both sides took hits. Engineer Alan Pearson's voice came over the intercom. Admiral, the enemy has adapted some of their shields to resist our quantum weapons. They're not as effective as before. Olivia had expected this. The Axoni were known for their ability to adapt quickly. Switch to secondary weapons. Use the new targeting protocols. The battle raged for hours. Earth ships moved with incredible speed, hitting and running before the enemy could concentrate their fire. The new field that Engineer Pearson had developed worked perfectly, making enemy targeting systems nearly useless. But the sheer number of enemy ships was a problem. 3 Earth vessels were heavily damaged. The Allied ships from the Protectorate, with their older technology, suffered worse. Nearly half were destroyed in the first day of fighting. As the second day began, Olivia called her captains to a virtual meeting. We need to change tactics. They're learning our patterns. Captain Joseph Winters of the UES Defiance spoke up. I have an idea, Admiral. It's risky, but it might work. His plan was bold. The Defiance would appear to be critically damaged, drifting toward the Axoni flagship. When close enough, it would suddenly power up and unleash all weapons at point-blank range. The goal was to disable or destroy the enemy command ship, throwing their forces into confusion. It's very dangerous, Olivia said. If they detect your systems powering up too soon, you'll be destroyed. We can make it work, Joseph insisted. My crew is ready. Olivia approved the plan. Hours later, the Defiance drifted seemingly helpless toward the massive Axoni flagship. Enemy scans showed minimal power and no functional weapons. The Axoni ignored the dead ship, focusing on the main battle. When the Defiance was less than a kilometer from the flagship, every system suddenly powered to full. Before the Axoni could react, the Earthship fired all weapons directly at the flagship's command center. The massive alien vessel shuddered as explosions tore through its hull. Its lights flickered and died. The Axoni flagship is disabled, reported Security Chief Daniel Grant, watching the battle data. Their fleet is losing coordination. Olivia saw her chance. All ships focus fire on grid sectors 3 through 7. Push through their line. Earth's fleet surged forward, concentrating their attack on the weakened section of the enemy formation. The enemy line broke. Earth ships moved through the gap, then turned to attack the enemy from behind. By the third day, the tide had turned completely. 70 enemy ships had been destroyed or disabled. The remaining consortium vessels attempted to retreat, but Earth's superior drives allowed them to cut off escape routes. On the bridge of the Reckoning, Olivia received a transmission from the Axoni High Command. This is Supreme Strategist Zex Kalor of the Axoni Collective. We request terms. Unconditional surrender, Olivia replied. All ships to power down weapons and engines immediately. There was a pause. Then, agreed. We surrender. The battle of Jupiter was over. Earth had won against impossible odds. 1 week later, Admiral Olivia Wright stood in the Reckoning's largest meeting room. Representatives from the Galactic Consortium were gathered, including the highest leaders of the Axoni, Vesperians, and Thularians. They were there to sign a new treaty. President Harris read the terms. The Galactic Consortium will be dissolved and reformed under new guidelines. Earth will hold a permanent leadership position. The former major powers will release control of 46 worlds they have claimed. All species will have equal representation in the new Galactic Alliance. The Exoni Supreme Strategist, Zex Kalor, looked at the document. His once proud posture was now bent with defeat. And if we refuse? Then we continue the war, President Harris said simply. Your fleets are devastated. Your worlds are unprotected. Earth's allies grow every day. The alien leader had no choice. He knelt before the human delegation, an image transmitted throughout the galaxy, and signed the treaty. The other leaders followed. Later, Admiral Wright stood alone at the observation deck of the Reckoning, looking out at Earth. Security Chief Daniel Grant joined her. Was this what you expected when we first launched? He asked. Wright shook her head. No. I expected we'd have to fight for respect. I never imagined they'd be fighting for our mercy. As the UES Reckoning orbited Earth, thousands of ships from formerly oppressed worlds arrived to honor the power that had, in one swift campaign, changed the galaxy forever. What happens now? Daniel asked. Now comes the hard part, Olivia replied. Fighting is easy compared to building. We need to create a galaxy where no species dominates others, where strength protects rather than oppresses. She watched as Earth turned below them, beautiful and blue. Humanity had risen from an ignored species to the leaders of the galaxy in less than a year, all because they refused to be underestimated. Do you think we can do it? Daniel asked. Create this better galaxy? Olivia smiled. If we can build the Reckoning in secret and defeat 200 enemy ships, we can do anything. That's the real lesson here. Never underestimate human determination. As if to emphasize her words, the Reckoning's new quantum communication system activated. Messages were coming in from dozens of worlds, all asking to join Earth's new galactic alliance. The age of human leadership had begun.